I'm willing to bet that you have seen this unique looking dude popping up all over your social media feeds. His name is Alex Hormozi, and he has blown up in the past 6 months on all social platforms. Over 1.2 million followers in the last 6 months, to be specific. You can't go anywhere without seeing that glorious beard or mustache. If you have ever even thought about business, marketing, or making money, the algorithms have shown you his content. And although his fantastic facial hair and bulging biceps may be helping, they are only a tiny part of the genius strategy behind his insane growth. Alex built out the perfect social media strategy, using the same unrelenting work ethic and attention to detail that he used to become a multi-millionaire in his 20s. And in this video, we reveal his 5-step strategy so you can use it too. Step 1. Optimize for output. Hormozi is obsessed with efficiency, data, and hard work. Here is a direct quote from him to prove this. Most people dramatically underestimate how much effort is required to achieve goals that are dramatically above what the norm is experiencing, which should make it no surprise that he optimized his entire strategy around the maximum output. He removed as much friction as possible to make content creation seamless and maximize feedback. To do this, he strategically built a content system around his unique strengths and deliberate use of certain social platforms. As a natural writer, he used Twitter as his brain dump and testing ground for content concepts. Whenever anything came into his mind, he would tweet it. And this may seem insignificant, but this is actually the ingenious beginning to his system. This approach works so well because the platform matched his natural skill set and has a low degree of audience fatigue, meaning people don't get frustrated from seeing the same creators over and over, like on platforms like Instagram. This allowed him to test concepts and receive instant feedback through engagement. He would then use this feedback to decide which concepts were worth diving deeper into through videos on other platforms that would take more time and effort to create. But thanks to the system, he only ever put in that extra time and effort into proven concepts. This gave him a massive advantage on the higher growth platforms like TikTok and YouTube. He even optimized the video production process of those winning concepts by capturing content on a bare bones setup using just a laptop and a webcam for YouTube. And for short form content, he brought in a videographer for batch recording sessions. The whole system was built around volume, but volume alone isn't enough to stand out on wildly competitive platforms. And Hormozi is smart enough to realize this, which is why he involved step 2, contextualize content. Those unfamiliar with social media often fail to appreciate the importance of contextualizing content for each platform you're posting on. Even if a content concept is a winner, if it is not packaged and presented in a platform optimized manner, it is unlikely to go viral. Hormozi spotted this crucial growth factor and worked with niche experts across his target platforms to maximize reach and performance. His key focuses were short-form vertical video content and long-form YouTube content, as they both presented powerful and unique opportunities. Let's start with vertical video, as this is the current rage due to the viral potential of this content type. For many, whenever they think of Hormozi, they instantly think of his signature font and visually engaging content style that he uses across all of his short-form content. Although he may have been the one who made this famous, this was actually one of his experts at work. To ensure he did TikTok and vertical video right, he sought out the help of Ryan McGinn, the founder of Viral Edits, an agency that specializes in editing viral short-form vertical content. Try to say that 5 times fast. This ensured that his winning concepts were given the best opportunities to pop on these platforms full of viewers that are high on expectations and low on attention spans. While short-form content may provide viral potential, it doesn't come close to the community building tool of long-form content found on YouTube. There's a reason why YouTubers are able to build cult-like followings. There is nothing as personal and human in the content world as long-form content. Hormozi saw this and knew he had an opportunity to shine here given the substance of his content. But how was he going to break through on a platform where 4K HD videos with cinematic edits have become the norm when he was shooting on a webcam with his laptop? Again, he found experts. He worked with a YouTube-focused team that deeply understood the nuance and importance of content packaging on YouTube. Contrary to what most YouTube viewers believe, the title and thumbnail of a video actually play a larger role in the video's performance than the actual video itself. This is exactly how Hormozi was able to have videos shot on a webcam in a dungeon go viral. Hormozi was able to spot the significance and importance of working with experts because he himself is an expert in the field of business, with a proven track record and many lessons from his early failures, which is the 3rd step in his system. Walk, then talk. In a world full of 20-year-old life coaches and couples counselors, there's an abundance of people faking it until they make it. Alex is the opposite of that. The concepts he covers in his content have come from genuine business and life experiences, which puts him in the minority of content creators in this space. His advice is nearly impossible to dispute because he is sharing personal stories and outcomes rather than hypotheticals. He also has the impactful ability to say, "This worked for me, give it a try," rather than "You need to do this in order to succeed." This makes people far more receptive to hearing what he has to say, as they can see the merit behind the advice. Compare this to most of his competitors who are flashing Lambos and running businesses that no one really understands what they do, and it becomes very obvious why people warmed up to Hormozi so quickly. Alex's previous business success puts him in the unique position where he truly needs nothing from his audience in return for his content. This allows him to combat any negative stigma that may be attached to the online education space, which is step 4. Give. I have nothing to sell you. We are so accustomed to educational content creators having ulterior financial motives behind their free content. So much so, in fact, that most consumers have been burned by at least one fake guru. Because of this, viewers are always on edge and asking, what's the catch? Which is something Hormozi knew would be a challenge in this space and something he brilliantly dealt with using the 4th element of his strategy. Most online gurus' businesses rely completely on the audiences they build and sell to, making it a near necessity to withhold information and sell their viewers the dream that lies behind an expensive course. But Hormozi is nothing like that. Thanks to his previous business success and ingenious strategy for his current business, he never needs to sell his audience anything or exploit them in any way to sustain himself. This is actually at the forefront of his messaging. I have nothing to sell you is something he says frequently in the beginning of his videos, and it is in big bold letters on his YouTube banner. He makes it very obvious he's got nothing to sell you. This brings down the guard of his viewers and opens them up to truly absorb the content, enacting the law of reciprocity. We naturally feel like we owe people something in return when we are given something of value. With Hormozi giving you genuine free value, you feel compelled to pay it back and support him and his content through following and engaging. And he's able to invest all of his time and effort giving away free content while it's still being worth his time thanks to his current business focus. Hormozi's current business is called Acquisition.com, and they take minority stakes in multi-million-dollar companies to then implement their systems to scale the business to the next level. This creates an extremely unique cause behind the content that allows it to stand out. Hormozi is incentivized to share his most valuable information because those that truly implement what he teaches to build multi-million-dollar businesses could be potential future partners. And where else would they go to source a strategic partner? It becomes a no-brainer to go with Alex and Acquisition.com. Go with who brung ya, you know what I mean? I think the saying is go with who brung ya. I think it's like a prom analogy. It relates to this too. I'm Google it. Go with who brung ya? Oh, it's dance with the one that brought you. I just made it way more hick. I like mine better. Let's get back to Hormozi. This fresh business approach allows him to give away all of his secrets for free, as it will come back to him down the line in a big way. And even better than that, unlike most online gurus, he is mutually benefiting along with those who have already found success rather than preying on those who are desperate for it. These fake gurus, man, they out here. He truly has nothing to sell you. Well, besides a book. But even his wildly successful book, $100 Million Offers, is sold at the lowest accepted price on Amazon. And he also gives away wildly impactful business courses for free on his website, Acquisition.com. Providing risk-free and genuinely valuable advice has been a massive element that has assisted with his growth. But what makes the whole thing sustainable is step 5. Mosination. To grow rapidly on social media, you need valuable content and effective strategy. But there is another element that is actually the most important and the most difficult to achieve: community. Sure, it's a buzzword thrown around online all the time, but true community is the foundation of all wild successes online. Creators that see this deliberately incorporate community developing elements into their content. Those that love something or someone love to connect with others who have the same love or values. But in order to do that, there has to be community identifiers provided by the creator. Look at the audiences of any successful creator. They've developed their own subculture around common themes, elements, characters, and beliefs associated with the content they create. These are a wildly powerful tool as they simultaneously promote interaction within the community and increase engagement of the content they were built around. And again, Hormozi learned from the success of others and began to involve unique things aligned with his stories and beliefs that his audience could rally behind. First, there's #NeverSkipDessert, the first community element created by Hormozi. Hormozi literally never skips dessert, and Never Skip Dessert is a movement he lives by to reward the discipline of sticking to a strict food intake during the day to then enjoy dessert later. Discipline is a core foundation of his content, something he preaches, and something that anyone who associates with his content would rally behind. The second community element is Mosimobiles. This is a movement built upon a personal story where he was still driving a beaten down Toyota Prius with a dent in the side and a cracked windshield when he was a millionaire. And this is a genius community building tool, aligned with his value of prioritizing wealth over status. And believe it or not, that glorious facial hair is actually one of his community building tools. When he first started out as an entrepreneur, he purposely grew this crazy mustache because he read in a marketing book that those with unique faces stood out and got more attention in marketing. And clearly it worked. And the final community element is to prioritize your calves. And this is another element driven off of a personal story for Hormozi. There was once a time where he had small calves and he was extremely insecure insecure about it. But he turned that into a strength through perseverance and consistency. And this is a perfect community building tool because it's wildly approachable, relatable, and perfectly aligned with the values of the content and the creator. And all of these things are in alignment with the values, the creator, and the audience, which makes it so powerful. A community is what separates successful creators from the true greats. And the best person to learn from when it comes to effortless community development is Ryan Trahan. He recently completed a content series that was a masterclass in community development. He turned a single penny into millions of dollars and millions of subscribers. And I break down exactly how he did it right here.